Did You Have To is a proud member of the But Why Though podcast community.
Hey everyone, it's been a while and we're back with Did You Have To, where we're just two bad bitches talking about anime. As always, I'm Kate.
And I'm Nisha.
And today we're going to be doing a mini-sode and talking about the best anime mentors.
Yep, I'm excited.
And Nisha, I believe you caused a whole bunch of Twitter nonsense by bringing up this question on Twitter, and that's why we're talking about it today.
Yes, I did. I do what I do best. I start shit on Twitter. And specifically with people, like this time it was a nice discussion with some people. There were people who were not toxic, and there were people who were toxic. And this was like a while back because I had been talking to somebody in person, like someone who like watches anime, also like they're new to it, and they were talking about All Might because they were been watching My Hero Academia, like you do. And they asked me, "So is he a good anime mentor?" And like, and they were talking about like, because like for them, their scope of like anime mentor is kind of like Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z, or like Jiraiya from Naruto. So even though like they're not too new to like anime, they're aware of those kind of mentors. So then the question was like, but is All Might a good mentor? And that's when I had the thought about like, I posed the question on Twitter to something to the effect of, what's your opinion as All Might as a mentor? And little did I know that people have a lot of feelings about this. But it's a good discussion to talk about how not all mentors are great teachers, or not all mentors are also great mentors necessarily in the way that I think everyone expects a mentor to be. Yeah. So that's what sparked this idea for this conversation, is like, let's talk about anime mentors. And we can kind of get into the All Might discussion sometime. Like, we will get to it because All Might is on my list for anime, for mentors. But yeah, that's the gist of the drama that happened. I had people saying that they compared All Might to giving Deku an atomic bomb and like making him super responsible, like entrusting a child with great power and putting all this pressure on him. I'm like, you're describing 90% of anime. So I just
so I think like with me, I have my problems with All Might. Not problems, but like Bakugo's my boy, so like I gotta like speak up for him. Like All Might sees nobody but Deku. And that's what makes him a problem as a mentor, because as much as like other anime, it is just 1-to-1. All Might's supposed to be a mentor for all of those children, but he doesn't know how to do that. And I think the end of the season 3 My Hero arc really shows that, and it shows All Might understanding that was the case. And so I think that's like, I like All Might positioned as a mentor because he's a mentor that also grows, which I don't think we get a lot of in anime. We just get, oh, this is the mentor, they know everything, that's it.
Right. And that was kind of my point with it, is that All Might is not perfect. He's seen as the perfect hero, and he's seen as the number one hero. And he's seen as and most people consider him also as the best anime dad ever. But like, because he cares about his students, and he cares a lot about Deku because Deku is his apprentice. Like, Deku is his actual real apprentice. So I feel like that's why he also is so focused on Deku. But if we're talking about him being a mentor to all the students, like being like a teacher to all of them, he doesn't give them all the same amount of attention. So like you said, like at the end of season 3, we see that All Might realizes like, wow, I didn't realize Bakugo was going through all of this turmoil because, and it was related to me. And then it's like also because I think it's because All Might doesn't know everything. All Might is a great hero, and he is like a great like inspirational person for like and role model for a lot of these students to look up to, especially Deku. But I think when All Might realizes he does not know how to teach Deku something because it's not the way All Might learned how to do it, I appreciate that All Might will connect Deku to the person that can't help him. Like how he connected him to Gran Torino. Because he realized, you need to work with somebody who can teach you how to control your power. Because I never had this problem, and I don't know how to teach you. Because all he kept telling him was like, you gotta learn how to control the quirk. How is he supposed to learn how to control the quirk? He's like, it's not as easy. as people think it is. And it's like along the way, that's what I always liked about My Hero is that Deku has a like All Might is Deku's mentor, like he's the person he looks up to and everything, but he has a lot of people that have had an impact on his character development and his growth as to becoming a hero. So I can't people can't say that it's only because of All Might that Deku is the way he is. Like as far as like growth comes, yes, he got his power from All Might, but like when All Might doesn't know how to do something, he does know how to get Deku the help he needs. And I appreciate that like we're seeing that in a character who can at least acknowledge that they are out of their depth.
Exactly. And I think too, like when we look at like teachers, mentors, like when I taught kids and stuff, like you do more harm to somebody that you are teaching. And I say kids, they were 18-year-olds, whatever, they're kids.
Right.
You do more harm to somebody when you're teaching them and you don't know versus if you send somebody who does have the knowledge. So I think that is one of the things that makes it shows that All Might has the capability to be a mentor because he can admit when he's not when he's wrong, but just when he can't do it. Because I think the fact, and I think that this is one of the strengths of My Hero as a shonen anime and why it kind of subverts a lot of these tropes. Like Gran Torino isn't a creepy old man. He's just an old man mentor who is a good mentor.
Right. That's
that is subverting like the Roshi trope, which is amazing. And Aizawa is another really good mentor who fights for those kids when nobody else does. Even when All Might thinks that they can't do things. Aizawa that's why I got a Funko of Aizawa on my desk right now. Like, that man cares so much by portraying so little. Like, I think that is one of the beauties is in a lot of anime, and I guess Naruto is a little bit different because you have Tanabe and like a couple of other kind of the same structure, but like having multiple adults actually supervising children is a good thing.
Who knew? Who knew?
I think as much as My Hero has the focus on All Might being the best hero, we see so many times that All Might may be the best hero, but he didn't get there alone, or he didn't do that alone. And as much as Deku is extremely powerful, Bakugo is really, really important. Oh fuck, what's his name? Ida?
Ida. Yeah.
What? I'm seeing the double I in my head because I'm trying to pronounce his name. Ida is really freaking important. All of them are in very different ways. And I think that like the reason that you're able to have the support, this, and this isn't saying that like Krillin is very different than Goku, right?
Yes.
But like Bakugo can hold his own against Deku in a fight. Like at the end of the day. Like Todoroki can hold his own against Bakugo and Deku in a fight at the end of the day. And it's not like, and every single one of the class A's and the students above them, like we're seeing in season 4, like it isn't just, it isn't one for all. Like as much as like we have this narrative of the best mentor being the best hero, I think it's really reflective of the goal of the anime, showing that there are so many. It isn't just all invested in one. It's about a team, and ultimately it's about like the village raising raising Deku. Everybody raising Deku. Everybody raising each and every one of these little hero babies.
Right.
So
and that's it. Like they're growing, they're children, and they're actually like you said, like being able to see that, especially like from previous anime we've seen, where children are literally just thrown into war in a Gundam suit with no guidance. And they're just expected to save the world. It's just like, oh, it's so cool to see adults actually supervise children and give them constructive criticism and help and guidance because they believe in them. And not be creepy and not be gropey and sexual assault of children because that's gross. Looking at Roshi. It's just so wrong on so many levels. But it's so like nice and refreshing to see that. And I think it's because some people are just so used to like seeing the perfect image of mentors, which like like almost like the mentor is almost like Christ figure. Like let's be honest, Piccolo is probably one of the top tier. I know he's, for me, is like top tier anime mentor, and it's like it's because he taught. And if we're gonna be honest, he threw Gohan to the wild, but he did that because Gohan needed to learn how to survive on his own.
And then at the end of the day, Piccolo threw his body in front of Gohan.
That's it. He sacrificed himself.
His daddy didn't do.
Nope. Because where was he? His daddy threw him in front of Cell.
Mm-hmm.
And you gave Cell a sensu bean. Like, look, we can't do this.
There's not a who is the better daddy episode.
I know.
Because Piccolo is both a daddy and a dad.
And a granddad.
And a granddad.
And a granddad. He is a good father. He is a good father to those Saiyan children. He done taught all of them. Somebody has
to be. Piccolo is a father to the adult Saiyans in the room half the time, too.
True. Remember Brawly? I was listening back on our Brawly episode, and I was just, like, laughing how I said the line of, like, man, Piccolo just be checking in on everybody.
I know.
He's like, y'all okay up there? You need me to come in? He's like, no, not yet.
You know Piccolo is just chilling at home like, oh, these dumb motherfuckers. I know they're doing something. Hey.
They gonna fuck up my planet again.
You're like, before I sit down and start this episode of Stranger Things, let me check in on my children to make sure that they're not fucking with the world again.
Like, shit, Frieza's back. It's just like, Piccolo is your mom after she's cleaned the living room, and then Goku and Vegeta and Frieza are all the kids coming in the house, just messing up her floors.
Mm-hmm.
And Piccolo has the right to go off and be like, I just cleaned this up.
Yep.
Get out of my house.
Yep.
Oh god. Oh, we went down a rabbit hole. But y'all get our point. Like, Piccolo is an example of a really good mentor. Yeah. And I will say, like, just like the last point, we can kind of go into like talk about other mentors from here. Like, I like that. The reason I brought up the whole My Hero Academia one, and specifically All Might, is because, like, I think it's cool to see other mentors, like how, just like it's All Might, and it's also like even Best Jeanist with Bakugo.
Bakugo.
Yeah, it's like there's so many mentors in that show, but I think it's really cool to see different kinds of mentors where, like, it's okay to admit that you don't know everything, because I don't know how old All Might is. I put him in like 30s, or he can't be 40, but I don't know. I put him like late 30s, early 40s. Right. Hold on. But yeah, let's Google that.
Yeah, Matt's chasing around the dog.
I'm gonna Google him. Like, how old is All Might? Oh shoot.
50?
He's 49 years old.
49? Goddamn!
I know. Shit. Endeavor is 46. Endeavor looking good for 46.
Endeavor look real good for 46.
Oh my bro.
It's that quirk though.
It is that quirk. That quirk. Shit. Oh my god. I did not know he was 49. This man is old.
Also, I would like to point out that I've been waiting for you to talk about Endeavor, because he is an abusive piece of shit and we don't like him or stand him or anything. But he is tall and broad.
He is tall and broad. But can I just say, in the manga, y'all get ready for redemption. I'm done. It's okay.
I'm waiting for that to get that anime arc so I can just hear you talk about that tall and broad man.
I know. But I am at this point. Goddamn. It's like, okay, so listen, don't judge me. He can be fine and he can still be a piece of shit.
I mean, that's what anime teaches us.
That's what anime teaches us.
I would also like you to click on this link and look at this statue of him.
Oh no.
The man's thighs are
What are you doing? Oh my god.
Look at that butt detail. Look at it. You can zoom in. Girl, look at it. Kate. Yeah, I know that's all you. I know that's what you like.
Oh my god, it is what I like. But, like, this shit costs $535.
Look at that butt detail.
I'm not that rich. I'm not that kind of weeb. I'm not that kind of weeb. I just need to find me a 3D real life man who got that kind of build. Also, Endeavor is all of 8 feet tall. It looks like he just shit don't make sense. When I
Have you seen those couple pairings? He's like 7 foot, she's like 3 feet.
I know, and I just be like, God damn, like, how tall are you?
Unrealistic expectations.
Truly, and you see, like I always say about the 90s Hercules movie, the Disney Hercules ruined my expectation of men.
Oh,
and from that point on, anime men did the same thing. Yeah. So, well, thank you for sharing that with me and sharing my new obsession with the audience. But no, okay, no. To my point, Endeavor is still a piece of shit. He's an abusive father. We'll wait until, maybe season 4, season 5, season 6, maybe. Maybe season 6, and then Kate will be on my side and be like, okay, he's not that bad no more. But
I'm a Bakugo stan, so that's fine.
I know. But like, I
understand what you're saying. I am open.
Okay. But there's shit I be wanting to screenshot and send you, because I pay my $1.99 a month to the Shonen Jump app, sponsor us. And they'll just be like, Bakugo is hilarious in the manga. And I just need that to happen in anime. No, he's funny. He is all of us at this point in the manga. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, now let's talk about some other mentors.
I will say still on my hero bullshit, but different mentor is Recovery Girl.
Oh, yeah.
As much as I think that's one of the other complexities of All Might as a hero mentor and as a mentor in general, is that there are different points throughout that he himself receives mentorship from somebody older. And Recovery Girl and Gran Torino, as much as are that more so Recovery Girl to him, because she's like one of the main forces, like that kind, like one of the voices of reason, because like for a while she's one of the only ones who knows what he looks like outside of it. So I think that that's also a really important point.
That is
to what makes a good leader or mentor.
That's a really good point. Also, she truly shows concern. Like, not the whole push past your limits plus ultra. Like, no,
break all your bones. Nope.
No, she don't play that shit. She just be like, will you stop breaking all your bones, please? I cannot heal you anymore. Which is like really sad when you've known you've been healed that many times, and she's got to tell you like, you can't do this shit no more. I can't heal you. Ugh, but I have to give Deku a break because he's broken so many bones. But also because he's learning. But anyways, this ain't about Deku.
No, I do want to throw another hat into the ring for my personal favorite mentor, which is Azumi from Full Metal Alchemist.
Girl, why is she also on my list?
Right? Like, she's good. She is thoughtful. She is loving, but she is also brutal. Because she understands it. She understands what the boys will go through. She understands what they've been through. But so she will prepare them for that future. But at the same time, she doesn't do it with and I think this is one of the things that makes some of the best mentors when it comes to writing them in anime or like any other medium is the woman is missing her entire insides. Like she has been through this. She knows the price that an alchemist can pay. And she doesn't want the boys to go back down that road again, and she is fully prepared to sacrifice herself for them, but also prepare them to not be in that position again as best she can. And I think that that's one of the reasons that she's the best. And there is a clear, and I also think it also has to do with the fact of the maternal bond that she forms with them.
Right.
I think that also feeds into being a good mentor. Because I do think some of the best mentors, kind of like Piccolo, they have that paternal instinct towards you, and you need that because you have to be able to tell somebody when they mess up in order to make them better. And I think Azumi, Piccolo, like they have those same characteristics.
I agree, because Azumi is just like at a point in the boy's life where they really needed a maternal figure. I think because their dad is just gone. I mean, granted, they had like Granny, and everything.
But Granny is different though.
Right?
Like I think there's a difference between having like somebody who raises you and somebody who raises you while understanding you.
Exactly. Like she provided them, like, I wouldn't consider her like Granny a mentor. She's like a caregiver in that regard. But it's like having a maternal figure who is also a role model and also like someone who can like relate to you, like you said, I think is what they really needed at that point in their lives. Because just like they don't have their mom. And, well, I can't remember. Did they meet her before or after they tried to bring her back?
After, I thought.
Okay. I always have to
after. Like... Well, no. Yeah. I think they meet her before, and that's how he gets exposed to it. And then he brings her back, and then she, like, feels guilty for it.
Right. And that makes sense, because I just realized, because Ed has his arm and his leg, and Al has his body. So, yeah, they meet her when they were, like, really young. But it's just like, I think and you see the impact that she had on them, and I think that's just like one of my favorite things about her. Like you said, like she's brutal and she's tough, but she don't let them get away with anything. And it's just like, it's like, man, these are children. She's like, nope, it's fine. They'll be fine. They'll figure it out. They need to learn this way. And it's just, she's dope. Like, the woman, like you said, she ain't got no internal organs, and she just, she the best out here killing everybody. Oh, she's just dope. I love her.
She is probably like it's probably like Piccolo and then her. I think when I rank like my people, just because of, and I think it's also because I don't know. I like All Might as a mentor, and he has lost something in having his power taken away, essentially.
Right.
But there's something about mentors who have tragedy in them that I think fuels that connection better and offers up better storytelling.
I agree.
The fact that she lost her child, the fact that she searched for her child, the fact that she watched these two boys go through the same pain she went through at such a young age, I think that trauma is one of the things that allows her to be as open and really receptive of the boys. Like, she will reprimand the shit out of them, but then she'll be like, okay, we're gonna make sure this doesn't happen again. Right. Like, Azumi Curtis is not to be messed with when you come for her kids, because Edward and Al are her kids.
Yep. And that's like the best thing about it. It's like she loves them like they're her own. Like, she's like, I'm gonna pop you upside the head and I'm gonna give you a hug because I love you. But like, she's just so great.
That, and like, you can't be like, I'm just a housewife. Coughs up blood.
And look, I like her taste in men. So, there.
I know you do.
Yeah. I'm like, I stand you, queen. Yes, you. Go ahead, ma'am. One for me, I was like, so I'm going to get like knockout 2 and 1. So from Mob Psycho, we've talked about Reagan. We've talked about Reagan before. But like, for y'all who don't know, Reagan is Mob's, he calls him sensei, master, and like, depending on whichever dub, let's do the same thing. But like, he considers him, his teacher. Even though we know that Reagan does not have any psychic powers, or any psychic powers compared to Mob's. But the thing about Reagan is that he does not, he stepped, like we talked about this on our episode when Jeff was our guest. I just truly appreciate that even though Reagan is a sneaky ass, like, what's the word? He's a scammer. Reagan's a scammer. And he's sneaky, but he truly has Mob's best interest at heart when it comes to like telling Mob to just be a kid. or you
Yeah.
don't have to fight. I'm an adult. I will fight for you. I will handle the situation for you. Like seeing that kind of stuff and like seeing, because Mob has his moments where like he's about to have a meltdown and lose control of his powers, but it's like hearing Reagan tell him, "You don't have to fight. I'll take care of it. We don't like," and like Mob really listens to Reagan, and I think it's because Reagan's the first adult who's ever taken his power seriously and his problems seriously.
Yeah.
And took an interest in him. Granted, Reagan uses him so he can take on psychic jobs, but at the end of the day, Reagan does a better job than Mob's parents when it comes to listening to Mob, and I think that's what counts when your parents ain't shit and they talk about your other sibling in front of you
Yeah.
and saying, "Why can't you be like them?" I'm like, Mob is trying his best, damn it. Let him be. So I think that's just like something I always appreciate with Reagan. And like their relationship is really, really wholesome. Like they care about one another. Mob respects Reagan. Reagan looks out for Mob. Mob's well-being. And then another, I don't know their names. I just know these are the upperclassmen in Mob's weightlifting fitness group.
Yeah.
Like the way they encourage Mob to like just try your best. You don't have to push yourself too hard. Just try your best. And it's just like it's so wholesome and encouraging because it's not like some anime where like the big buff bullies are like they're not big buff bullies.
Yeah.
Like they're just really nice, genuine upperclassmen that care about Mob, and they're like, "Take care of yourself. Remember to stretch. Remember to hydrate. Are you okay?" And I'm just it's so sweet and cute. So
that's adorable. Yeah,
it
I
is
like
adorable.
that.
Yeah,
I have not watched or read enough Mob Psycho to have too much input on this one, but the way you describe it, like, good. That's
you.
a good mentor.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think another one for me would honestly have to be Genkai from Yu Yu
Yes.
Hakusho.
Yes.
Genkai is a tough ass old woman. Like
She been through it.
And I think that there is also this really cool thing that you get to see her because she's a mentor to both Kuwabara and Urameshi. And so like because she's a mentor to both of them, like it if you've ever seen Yu Yu Hakusho, like Kuwabara and Yusuke are like two opposites. They're completely different types of people. They're completely different types of personalities. Like Kuwabara is more brute force, not really all there most of the time. And Yusuke is more and Kuwabara is like loud and aggressive, and Yusuke is more calm and nuanced, and you can tell that in how the two fight. And the fact that Genkai has to kind of have a style of mentorship that fits and shapes both of them, I think that that's what really affirms her as a mentor. And I think in addition to that, I think that like if there's one action that I could say is like top tier like examples of mentorship is where she intervenes in the Dark Tournament and she actually ends up freeing all of the humans so that Yusuke doesn't have to kill them. And I think that that is probably one of those moments where it's like, as a mentor, she was not allowed to intervene. She should not have intervened.
Right.
But she understood the damage that would do to her student if he had to kill those humans. And the fact that she stepped up and stepped in, like, clearly out of empathy, is one of the really big things, because she's also like, Genkai is like a mean old, like, she's a mean old bitch. Like, she is just she does not sugarcoat things. She is rude. She puts them through all manners of hell.
Yeah.
But I think that they both need it, and at the end of the day, she shows it in her actions. Her kindness is in her actions, not necessarily her words. Which I think works, especially when you have to deal with two stuff. Because like Kuwabara and Yusuke are like definitely stubborn in different ways, but like
very.
Yeah.
Very. But I think it's like, because like you said, they're two very different personalities. So I also like Ginkai for like all those reasons you said that. But it's like, I always like that because they're two very different personalities. I like how she's able to be a mentor to both of them.
Yeah.
Still, like it's not like she is like. I mean, I always feel like because Yusuke, she like I always feel like because Yusuke's the main character that he's her favorite. But it's not like she really shows who her favorite is. It's just like she puts them both through hell. But it's like you are able to work with two very different personality types, which I think is impressive. But like you said, she comes off as this like mean old granny bitty bitch of like a person who don't want to be bothered, but like she'll like, if I bother and take an interest in you, then you should consider that an honor, which it's like, that's dope. But the fact that she intervenes and goes out of her way, even though she's like, the only reason I'm intervening is because I know that how damaging this would be to you, which I'm like, she cares, you love them, you know you do, ma'am, you care about them. But it's like she would never say it out loud.
Yes.
But it's one of those things where it's like the actions speak louder than words. And when you're willing to risk like yourself for the betterment of your students, I think that's a true sign of a mentor. Again, reference to Piccolo.
Yep.
Like there's plenty of not superheroes, but like anime characters that I'm like, even All Might to some extent, when he like came in and kicked everybody's ass when the students was in that training center. I think that was like a dope moment. But he was being a hero, he was doing his job. But it's like, you see your student like doing something so your student doesn't have to go through that pain.
Exactly. Like I think oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. No, you.
No, I was gonna say no. Like that's 100% right, and I think that one of the things that it's one of the reasons why I think Aizawa needs to be in this conversation about best mentors too.
Yes.
Because everybody was ready to let Bakugo go. Even All Might to a point when he was taken by the villains, but not Aizawa.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really important because it's understanding that you see more in them, that you will put your life, your name, anything about you on the line for that student because you know what they are capable of, you know what they deserve. And that's really important.
Yep. Oh, and again, to talk about Aizawa, when he did the press cover, like the press release thing, like he went and he went and apologized to all the families for what happened. And like, granted, All Might was there too, but I think it's like Aizawa did his job. He did everything he could to keep those kids safe. And it's like, what more do you want from this man? But the fact that he personally feels responsible for the attack and for the situation and how it happened, I just feel like, here's this teacher who can't, when you're introduced to him, feel like he could give two shits because he's in his sleeping bag and he just wants to sleep. And it's just like, he cares about these damn kids so much that he put his name on the line and in his pride. And he's just like, that's just really powerful. It's because like he takes the responsibility of being their mentor. And then when he lives with the children in the dorms, shoot. You can't. I looked up how old he is because when we're looking up All Might, I was 31. He could be living his best life. He could be living his best life somewhere else.
But he's here with these damn kids.
He's here with these damn kids because he cares about them. Damn it, he loves these kids. And it's just so, I think that's so sweet and great. He cares about them. But like, I think again, like to my point, I'm going down a rabbit hole. But it's just like another side of being a great mentor is willing to put your pride on the line for them. And like he sticks his neck out there for them. And like you said, like he does it for all of them, especially Bakugo, because I think he sees potential in them. And like in this class, and he knows they can be great, but he don't let that go to all their heads because they don't need that.
Oh yeah, and he doesn't let people write them off. Yeah, like he's it's good. Yeah, it's good. I was gonna say, so technically, I was gonna ask your opinions on this because I want to say Luna from Sailor Moon. Yeah, but it's kind of difficult. I don't know if it's just because she's a cat. She's a cat. And they treat her like a pet half the time. But Luna does do the work of a mentor for Usagi. Well, yeah, because that's the thing. Like, I do agree. I agree that, like, she's a cat and they treat her like a cat, but they also treat her like a cat because they have to treat her like a cat half the time.
Right.
And, like, when you think about when Uzagi is at her lowest, like,
Mm-hmm.
absolute lowest, when she has nobody, she has Luna. And Luna
Right.
gets her through those moments.
Mm-hmm. Like
In the
before
same way the
she
Artemis does it for I always forget her name.
Sailor
Nina.
Saturn.
Yeah, say no,
Nope,
Sailor
wrong.
Venus.
Sailor Venus. That's right.
Yeah. Um
That's true.
and I do think on some level I do think that Luna counts because Luna also, like, not only does she push Serena, but she
Mm-hmm.
consistently, like, even when, like, she believes in Serena the same way Aizawa believes for in his student. Like, she's not gonna let
Mm-hmm.
you write her off. She knows that there is greatness in her, and she
Yep.
knows that she can do this, and not just because she's Neo Queen Serenity, but because she she has that in her. And I think that it's the fact,
Mm-hmm.
like, and it comes off as nagging a lot of the
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
but she's just pushing her. She's
Yep.
pushing her to do better and do more. And I think that that is, I would definitely consider her a mentor.
I think she's a good mentor, and I think it's because you said something before. Because when she has no one, she has at least has Luna, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like before she had the other Sailor Scouts, she had Luna,
Yep.
and Luna I think does a really good job of one, like just being there for her. Which honestly, she has no other choice because Usagi is Sailor Moon, but also because she like has to talk some sense into her a lot of the time to be like, don't be a crybaby, like,
Yeah.
or like encouraging her and like pushing her to do better because there is greatness in her and she's capable of being great and doing great things. um and it's just like it's I like the relationship because even though it does come off as nagging, you know that there it's all out of love and encouragement. So I think it's just it's I always think of it like 'cause she's a cat and they treat her like a pet, but she's still a mentor. She's doing the work, so that's what matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so cats can be mentors too.
Yep. Let's see. I mean, I those are like my main ones that, like, when somebody brings up characters, that's who I think of. I also think of Tsunabe from Naruto,
Oh, for sure. Yes.
because, and I think that, like, I think about her so much because Naruto does not have a lot of really well developed female characters, and they don't have a lot of characters who do more than just heal.
You're
But,
right.
like, Tsunade is Hokage, and she focuses on mentoring, like, all the women in there.
Right.
And I know that she does it for, like, to become a medical ninja, but, like, Tsunade is really freaking strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, physically strong. Like, she will crack the freaking earth.
Mm-hmm.
Um like, she is a badass, and she is one of the only characters, she's one of the only female characters that have a lot of agency and power in the world of Naruto, and I think
Yep.
that that's really important. I still hate that they gave her really big boobs, cuz
Yeah.
we couldn't just have one thing, but okay. But I think outside of that, I think the work she does with Sakura is the best Sakura we get when she's with Tsunade. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I agree. Like Sonali does a lot of good things in the show, but like being able to have a female anime character who was one a bad bitch, but also very very strong and capable on her own. I think that's like so awesome to see.
yeah,
And like for her to be able to be a mentor to Sakura, I think that was awesome to see because like you're right, we don't get that a lot in anime. Even though if
yep,
they want to draw huge boobs on her, um, it's just I can't even with that part. But it's just like one of those things where like I just appreciate that like they never tried to depower her. Like, like we see, like, I want to start Boruto, however you say that boy's name. But part of me is like, part of me is just like, I'm here truthfully to see the adults. I don't care about you children. It is fuck these kids. I don't care about nobody but Naruto and Hinata's daughter. I don't even care about the son. Don't care about the boy. I truly don't care that much. I think maybe once I get into it, then I'll like it. I know right now they're, like, in the anime, it's in some time travel arc, like, Boruto goes back in time and talks to young Naruto. So I think that's kind of cute, because Naruto's all alone and has no family, and Boruto's a brat from what I've read, and Boruto's just a brat. So a lot of people hate him, but...
I mean, Naruto's a brat too, though. So.
He is, but it's like, Naruto had no family, so
that's fair.
I have to give that
Nobody
to him.
taught him how to not be a brat.
No one taught him how to not be a brat, and not how to be loud, and not how to just... No one taught him anything. He did everything by himself, because... What number? The 5th Hokage?
Yeah.
Fuck him. Fuck that man. You were supposed to take care of that boy.
You have some feelings on Naruto.
I have. It's a reason I didn't, like, I just quit one time. I just quit, and I should have just came back, but I quit the series because I was frustrated with it. I'll come back one day. I know how it ends. It's fine. But my point is, it's because, like, most of the female characters, like Hinata, Sakura, like, they all just become housewives. Like, you in Boruto. Like, they're not... You don't see them in action the same way. And I'm, like, part of me wants to believe that that's because they're parents now, and they did all their stuff, and that's fine, and whatever, but it's just, like, it's always the moms. It's just, like, with what they did with Chi-Chi. Like, I want Chi-Chi to be a warrior princess again.
Yep.
But that's not gonna happen. Anyways, sorry. I went down another rabbit hole. Anywho, mine, so have you ever watched Gurren Lagann?
I've seen the first 2 episodes, but I haven't watched any of it after that.
So
it was
spoilers
one of those,
for
you.
Getting
recommended it.
Yeah, spoilers for you if that's okay.
No, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Go for it.
My favorite, one of my favorite mentors is Kamina from there. So he's the dude with the sunglasses and the cape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because he's a really, really good mentor to his bro. I just like their whole relationship between, like, I'm losing his name. Like, hold on. Is it Simon? I think it's Simon. I'm gonna say Simon. Hold on. Oh, God. I can't remember what the boy's name is. Bear with me, y'all. Yes, it's Simon. Okay, anyways. Kamina is a really good mentor / fake big brother to Simon. And I think even though he dies in, like, within less than 10 episodes of the first season, he makes a very impactful impression on Simon and encourages Simon to step up and be a leader, and to fight for what he believes in. And yeah, I just, like, it is very gut-wrenching when you watch that and you had no idea what was going to happen, because he seems like he was going to be, he was the main character, and then he just dies. And then it just happens, and you're just like, oh, he not dead. The robot just got crushed. He's fine. And then you realize, oh no, he's dead. He's really dead. He not coming back? No, he did. I was messed up. And I was just like, so you gonna introduce this character that we all like and then take them away like that? Oh, my soul.
Sounds like anime.
It sounds like anime. But so soon, Kate. It happened so soon. Oh, I was a mess. But yeah, so that was mine. I mean, I know there's more that I have, but I'm like, I feel like I'm drawing a blank. How about you?
I mean, that's honestly all I have. And by that, I just mean, like, it's all I have because those are, like, they're the ones that come to mind automatically.
Right. And I mean, we could be here all night if we really wrote out a list.
Exactly. But I think for me, that kind of wraps my top. like the best.
Yeah, this wraps mine because I don't want to go into like the bad mentors. That can be for another episode. So
that's
part
another
one.
Episode. What is bad mentorship?
Who that list will be so easy because we know it's a lot of them.
Yep.
But yeah. So with that, where can they find us, Kate?
You can find us at DYHT_pod on Twitter, and you can find me at OMFRandier.
And you can also find me at LA_NEY_SHA. And with that, is All Might that bad of a mentor? Should Piccolo get child support from Vegeta and Goku for being a great Saiyan daddy? Saiyan stepdaddy? Y'all know what we're talking about. This one got hard. I was going to say something about Izumi. Damn.
Is there a badder bitch than Izumi?
There. That's it.
Find out next time on Did You Have To?
Bye.